Hey guys, it's Brian. This is part of a new series that I'm going to be doing called Complicated. I talked about this on the Emo Social Club podcast. Basically, the idea is that I'm going to do some deep dives into some topics on music, politics, things we normally talk about on the podcast, but can't really dive in as much. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts and enjoy. Christmas is the time every year where we battle seasonal depression, drink peppermint mochas, and wait for gifts to be opened under the tree. But every year we seem to revisit the same controversy over something as inane as the song Baby It's Cold Outside. A song that every year seems to come back into the cultural debate about sexual assault and consent, when what we should be talking about is which ugly sweater to wear to the holiday party. The song has roots in 1944, which is a time when sexual attitudes were a lot more conservative than they are now. Our culture has changed, evolved, and it doesn't seem that our music has grown along with it. Is Baby It's Cold Outside really worth all of the criticism? Or have we gotten to a breaking point where we should cancel this song's constant radio play? Sometimes questions aren't that simple, and the answers are even more complicated. Cheesy intro line. In case you're not aware of the song, which, alright, maybe, sure. The song has lyrics that are a conversation between a man and a woman. The woman is explaining that it's time for her to leave after what we can presume was a fun evening in with the man. And the man begins protesting her exit, explaining that it's too cold outside for her to leave. So the song continues to play out as her explaining the other reasons why she has to leave while the man gives her excuses why she can't. And it's in these readings of intent where we start to see the play of, is this sexual assault? Is he hearing her say no and not listening to her? Like I mentioned, this song was written in 1944 by Frank Lesser and it was performed at parties with his wife Lynn. He wrote it not to make it into a giant hit, but just to be performed for fun at parties for his friends. Lesser wrote both parts of the song, and he labeled the man's part as the wolf and the woman's part as the mouse. Okay, yeah, pretty gross. And then, once it was recorded, it took off in popularity, and now we've been listening to it for the past 74 years. Then, around 2007, people started to take a closer look at the lyrics in this new context of sexual assault. I'm sure you've seen the headline all over social media saying, this is actually a rape anthem. But now that we're starting to have this conversation about sexual assault and consent, the lyrics take on a whole new narrative. But we should think about what that narrative was at the time it was written. Back when the song was written, women would have been seen as sexually promiscuous if they stayed at a man's house that late. But obviously women wanted to, they just had to figure out a way around it. In the context of the song, it's the man saying that you have the ability to stay, there's a reason you can't go home. The woman then gives her reasonings as, oh, my mother will start to worry, or the neighbors will think something because I haven't left. And the man says, yeah, but it's too cold outside, so there's your reason. So the reason the song is supposed to be a flirty, fun, romantic thing is because the woman actually does want to stay. The woman is looking to have agency in what is essentially a repressive culture. And when we look at culture today, where our society is way more free than it was then, the idea of a woman staying overnight at a man's house isn't that big a deal. So I think the real conversation we're having here is the song from the 1940s a song about rape today? No. But does that mean we shouldn't be looking at our culture and realizing that things have led us to this point? Having a culture that would be sexually repressive and tell a woman that she can't do the things she wants to do because she would be seen this way from the other people in the culture is pretty messed up. And probably led to the reason why we have so many weird sexual attitudes today. I mean, we didn't even start having a conversation about sexual assault in the mainstream media until we heard about Harvey Weinstein. So now that this conversation is the one we're having, we have to have a conversation about old media in the same way. But I do think it's unfair to look at old media without some context. So then why are we now, with that conversation, talking about getting rid of this song off of radio stations? And why do we have jokesy covers of the song where the man is saying, yes, you can leave, you have agency? It seems strange to me that we're having joke songs being written about a woman being okay to leave. Like, why is it okay to make a joke about consent? I think the bigger deal here is that headlines are made to grab someone's attention. And when this started to be discussed as a song about sexual assault, the first thing that people can say is that this song is a pro-rape anthem, which is kind of reductive for what the song is and what the actual argument is. But on the other hand, we're not going to have a conversation about these things if we're just writing that this is true or this is true. If the idea is just to create outrage over something, you say a headline and then get the reactions that you want, then it hurts us when we actually want to have a conversation about it. There will always be people on both sides of the issue. People who say, yes, this song is about rape, or no, this song was written at a different time. And both of those can be true. But the real argument we need to have is, what in our culture has led us to this point? And what can we do for the future to make sure that it doesn't keep happening? Baby It's Cold Outside is a song from another time. Let's stop having an argument about a song and start having a conversation about the real victims of sexual assault. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Happy holidays. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also post all the podcast episodes up here so that you can check those out in video format as well. You can check out all the links to our stuff down below. Check out the podcast audio version as well. And see you next time.